figure kind of came around after a couple of my friends were like, you are kind of our daddy in the friend group, and you are AFAB, so you have a curvy body. So that was like father figure, that's what it was. But after a while, it sort of became more of a homage to the fact that I had to care for myself like my own dad, because my dad was, although he was in my life, he never expressed emotion, never expressed love, and when I tried to express myself to him, he shut it down and was always never accepting of who I was. And I'm not speaking from a place of power today. I'm speaking of a place of, I'm very deeply struggling, and I think it's important to present as authentically as you are, so that if others see you and relate to it, they don't feel so alone. And thankful for this space and being able to explore through struggling a space of creating art that has become so fraught for me as a performer by trade. My name is AJ, my pronouns are they, them. I'm on testosterone, and I have a lot of trouble accepting care and help and community. And I think that's something that's very, very common in a place where we live, where all of the systems are trying to isolate us from each other, trying to make us focus on self, and trying to decommunitize us for the worse. I'm really grateful to Pearl for everything that she's done for me and everything that she's done, obviously, for everyone here. But enough about that, I'll talk about the song, I guess, now. If anybody knows the musical Maybe Happy Ending, I hope you do, but if you don't, it is a show that won Best Tony, and it's about, in the future, which maybe not such a distant future, we have helper bots, which are like androids in our houses that like help us with things, and they're very human-like, and they have feelings, and they think of themselves as our family. And the show is about when a couple of these helper bots are discarded for new versions, and they are struggling with their sense of worthiness and their sense of, did I even really matter to the family that I was with at all? And two helper bots happen to find each other and sort of go on this weird journey of two robots falling in love, which is kind of what I hearken myself to, like kind of a robot. I'm autistic, and having a different functioning system is very difficult. But when you find somebody else that shares that, it's very special. This song is called How to Not Be Alone. And while it's, sorry, I might explain a little bit where the context is. So they're on this road trip to try to find one of their families to, like, you know, ask, like, why the heck did you discard me? And like these two helper bots on the road trip are kind of falling in love. They're in a motel now, and they've been alone in separate rooms for most of the time, the years that they've been discarded. And so now they're learning to exist around each other peacefully. Sorry, Mackenzie, I'm like throwing you around.
Give it up for our sound tech.
Stranger you were before.
bored, indulging him when he's describing his LPs and conversing with his friends. It takes work to not be alone, but I'm improving. And do I sense a change in him? A little hint that he might be learning to be not alone. The open road, the vast unknown. But look at us, we're not alone. Woo! I highly encourage you to listen to the musical if you like that song. My other song that I'm doing to fill 10 minutes is this is what I'm looking at. It's kind of, I'm not gonna say that it's effed up because I'm not gonna use my I'm not gonna use my one word. But we were told we could only use that word one time because it's an all ages show. My second song is called The Dog, and it's by Karuk, if you know who that creator is. They're like a non-binary creator that I really look up to in music, and they express a lot of really like important things, especially like while you're struggling, and all of the things that is very hard to express as a mainstream creator, and especially around like gender journey and that sort of thing. So I recommend them. But a lot of my experience being trans and queer has been finding moments of extreme validation and truth and clarity with people that really care, and then simultaneously being disappointed by others and the world around me, and being conditioned to expect the worst so that I can brace for it and protect myself, because sometimes the best you could do is protect yourself and those around you if you have the capacity. And constantly living with the ache of pain I've felt before and pain I've yet to feel is really exhausting. I'm sure you can relate to that. And it's hard because it's pain rooted in shame around who I authentically am. And it is also exhausting to be hypervigilant all the time, waiting for the other shoe to drop. But having those two feelings, holding these opposing thoughts, and still showing up for the people around you is something that I'm trying to work on. And recognizing the love and trying to hold that stronger in your mind and in your heart and in your arms and in your life is something that I'm working on. This is a song about preparing for the worst even when you're at the height of love. To keep the dog. You can take the floor with printed bed sheets. I never really liked them. You can also have my mother's recipe, the one you're always asking about. But I'll take the knives and all of the plates, except for the one you happened to break. I'll take all the blame for what I did wrong, but who gets to keep the dog? I love you more than I've ever loved anyone. It'd be way too hard for me to get through. We both know that you're a way better mom. So I'll let you keep the dog. I let you keep the dog. Let you keep the dog.
Father figure, everyone. Give it up. This is also your very convenient reminder that quite a few of us, due to the nature of our performances, are stuck up here with this mic. So, if you have tips and you want to give them to the people standing on stage, you've got to actually either come up and hand it to them or put it on the ground here. They will collect it. I promise. Well, this has been a pretty good show so far. Different energy than it usually is in here. Who's been to a Mama Pearls before? Give me some hands. A lot of you have.